Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular Rainbow District School Board meeting for April the 22nd. I want to welcome everybody who's joined us in the audience tonight. Thank you for being here, as well as the folks that are joining us in cyberspace. We'll start tonight's meeting with their land acknowledgement. And the Rainbow District School Board would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional and ancestral territories of the Anishinaabeg, including the Atikameksheng, Anishinaabeg, and the Wahnapitae nations. We would also like to acknowledge that we are situated within the Robinson-Huron Treaty of 1850 and want to recognize the inherent rights of the Anishinaabeg that maintain these lands from time immemorial. And we'll start tonight's meeting with a roll call. Director Bourget, please.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. Trustee DeBoski. Trustee Farrell.
Present.
Trustee Gibson.
Present.
Trustee Cosmerly.
Present.
Trustee McCauley.
Present.
Trustee Dewar. Trustee Hunda. Trustee Corbier-Addison.
Present.
Trustee Clement.
Present.
Student Trustee Nuchitai.
Present.
And Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
Present.
Thank you very much, Director. Our first item of business is approval of the agenda, and I'll need a mover and a seconder that the agenda for the regular board meeting of April 22nd, 2005 be approved. That's a move by Trustee Corbier-Addison and seconded by Trustee McCauley. Any errors or omissions or anything that we need to add to? Seeing none, we will call for the poll vote. Director, go ahead.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchitai.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Our next item of business is preliminary declaration of pecuniary interest. Seeing no declarations of pecuniary interest, we'll move to our next item on business, and that's presentation, and I'll call upon Director Bourget to introduce our guests for tonight's meeting.
Chair Farrell, trustees, thank you for this opportunity. Before we begin, I just wanted to show you a photograph. It's a very special one, and that's why I came to the podium tonight. This is something that hangs in my office. It's a reminder of why we do the work that we do. It's the very first graduating class of Barrydown College, and tonight you'll hear more about Barrydown College. I'll pass this around in case you want to see this, but certainly it's a very, very special picture, and I thought it'd be appropriate to share tonight. So not so long ago, although the years are adding up, when I was the privilege of moving from the student success position to the superintendent of schools, there was a shared vision of a school within a college, and that's when this started. The goal was to re-engage students who had left school, to invite them to come back to complete their credits in a new learning environment. It was back in 2010. And I had the privilege of working with a team from Rainbow District School Board and Cambrian College to bring this shared vision to fruition. Recently retired Superintendent Judy Noble was the student success principal at the time, and relatively new Superintendent Maureen McNamara was the founding principal of the school. In addition, Sylvia Barnard was the president of Cambrian, and she was very supportive of the project. With the Cambrian staff, some of which you'll meet tonight, and Rainbow staff and the teachers and students, there was a great collective energy, teamwork, and leadership that brought Barrydown College into existence. Barrydown College opened its doors in the fall of 2011, and since then, many young people in our community have realized their dreams of obtaining a secondary school diploma. In my opinion, Barrydown College is a shining example of the power of partnerships, and we're very pleased that we have Renee Scott, Director of Marketing, Recruitment, and Student Success at Cambrian College, joining us here this evening. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for this opportunity to present. I'll leave all the introductions to Superintendent McNamara, but I wanted to start that off by sharing that, and I'll turn things over to her. Thank you.
Good evening. That picture I gifted Superintendent Bourget at the time as to all the work that he had done with Superintendent Judy Noble to create an incredible school that we're here to talk about tonight. So this evening, we are celebrating the graduates of Barrydown College in our partnership with Cambrian College and reaffirm our collective belief in young people and their potential. In Rainbow Schools, we focus on reaching mind and touching hearts. We not only deliver academics to prepare students for work, college, university, and apprenticeship, and independent living, we also instill values in students and help them to build confidence. We want all young people to be capable and contributing members of society. Joining us this evening is current principal Lorianne Lalcollins, teacher Natalie Lachance, and recent graduate Anthony Summers. I would invite Principal Lalcollins to come forward. Sorry, I'm going to keep speaking for a second because I jumped, and Lorianne can stand here beside me. I just also wanted to share with you that the vision of the board that was spearheaded by Superintendent Bourget led to, by 2014, a 5% jump in graduation, 5-year graduation rates. And so that success has really, really continued. And I just wanted to share that with everybody as I now hand over the microphone. Where are you?
Thank you, Superintendent McNamara. I have the privilege of being the 4th principal of Barrydown College and welcome the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm so proud of our graduates. My goal this evening is not only to provide you with an overview of what Barrydown College is all about, but to share with you the impact this program has had on hundreds of students who have graduated from this school within a college. Let's begin. I invite Natalie Lachance to come forward, please.
My name is Haley Pilo, and I'm graduating this June from Barrydown College. I wrote an essay about support in the school systems and how it's very important, and I'm honored to be reading a bit of it for you. Sometimes students need a push to the finish line. Teachers don't just teach, but also touch your heart. It only takes one person to change another's life for the better. With extra support, motivation, and kindness, students feel like they can succeed and make a good life for themselves. It really only does take one person to make a difference in another's life. Thank you.
Hello. What you heard was a very small snippet of what Haley shared in her writing. My name is Natalie Lachance, and I've been with Barrydown College since the beginning. As Haley's English teacher, I was touched not only by the sentence structure and grammar of her essay, it's very important to me, but by the overall depth of her work. Haley wrote from the heart about her experience. When I think about the evolution of Barrydown College, and it doesn't seem like it's been 14 years, I picture the hundreds of students like Haley who achieve success. They've inspired me each and every day for the past 14 years. In April of 2011, I learned that an exciting opportunity was awaiting me at a school that hadn't opened yet. In June of that year, the staff of our yet unnamed school met in a classroom at Cambrian College, the site of our future school. At that meeting, newly appointed Principal Maureen McNamara and Superintendent Bruce Bourget shared with us that there were approximately 500 young people in Greater Sudbury who had left school and were at risk of not graduating. We had a mission to re-engage students and help them achieve a secondary school diploma. That day we toured the classrooms. Walking through the space today, it's hard to imagine the way it was. We were teaching from ILCs, or Independent Learning Center booklets, and still working to establish ourselves. Things evolved quickly, and in our second year, we began developing a curriculum that was unique to our school and would support the diverse needs of our learners. In the following years, a kitchen was installed, and teachers with a wide range of specialties, including arts and music, were hired. My colleagues and administrators have supported students through many situations. Some years we have held babies and entertained toddlers while their parents wrote exams or worked on lessons. At times we put schoolwork on hold while we supported students navigating personal challenges. We've laughed and sang karaoke, shared feasts, gone on field trips, learned new skills, and made lasting connections. We have worked to make the school a safe haven for all. And I always tell people that one of the best things about teaching at Barry Down College is just how accepting the students are of each other. Our unofficial motto is, no matter what happens, we'll figure it out. We always do. As we celebrate 1,000 graduates, I can only say, what an accomplishment. Being a teacher at Barry Down College can be profoundly humbling, and I think I can speak for coworkers and say that it has changed us. We are grateful and feel honored to have worked with these young people. From 500 to 1,000 and more, we look forward to each new school year and graduating class.
Thank you, Natalie. Is this working? Okay, sorry, it just doesn't sound like it is. Thanks to Natalie and Haley. A diploma opened doors. Our graduates may pursue further studies or enter the workforce. Regardless of their pathway, they all leave Barry Down College with a renewed sense of purpose and confidence. Barry Down College is built on a foundation of resilience and optimism, hopes and dreams. Our graduates are the authors of their own stories.
I do have hopes of graduating high school. I want to get all my credits so I can eventually go to college like my dad. My dad also has a college diploma as well. He's in a whole bunch of other fields. I'm really proud of him. Pursue a career in cooking and the culinary arts and hopefully take a business class to learn how to open my own restaurant. I don't like to think about if I wasn't a student here at Barry Down, but I love my experience here. I feel it's pretty amazing to know that I'm going to actually graduate high school. Even though it took me a couple of tries, I finally got it right this time.
So here's what 14 years of purpose, confidence, resilience, optimism, hopes, and dreams looks like through the years. We're so proud of the students who have made the decision to come back to school to obtain their secondary school diploma. So far this year, 22 of our students have graduated, and we have many more nearing the completion for this June. Barry Down College is a re-engagement school for students ages 18 to 21 who have not yet earned their diploma. Barry Down College is located in Cambrian College. We're educational partners as part of the School College Work Initiative. Barry Down College is known as a school within a college, or a SWAC. Secondary school credit courses are taught by Rainbow teachers, and students can also access dual credit courses that are taught by college professors. This combination, along with alternative learning environment in a college setting, supports students in their goal of graduating. Barry Down College has a continuous intake, which means that a student can register and start their courses at any time during the school year. This flexibility means that our population is fluid. Our student numbers fluctuate between 160 to 200 full-time student equivalents. How does Barry Down College meet the needs of our students? In a nutshell, we focus on what works for students. The ability to register at any time this school year and begin coursework without having to wait for the next semester or next school year provides flexibility. We provide city bus tickets to help with transportation. Barry Down College students are the same age as college-bound students. Students love the setting. Being familiar with the college creates a level of comfort for students taking dual credits. Students can meet with their teacher for individualized instruction at any time during the school day. They can spend time with specific teachers based on their learning needs for that day. Students are not limited to the courses they can take. Barry Down teaching staff has a diverse teaching qualifications to meet the needs and pathways of all of our students. All learning is individualized, so students work at their own pace. Some students choose to work intensively on 1 or 2 credits at a time. With individualized learning, students can finish credits before the end of the semester and begin another. Students with exceptionalities receive special education support and services. Berrydown College staff work with the Glen Crombie Center to provide and support students taking dual credit courses. Students enjoy the family atmosphere and the opportunity for connection and celebration. Students benefit from a strong partnership between Cambrian College and Berrydown College. Our staff is well versed in all aspects of dual credits. We can even walk a student directly to their class if they wish. Students participate in all kinds of experiential learning activities on and off campus. Our environment is a safe space for all students. Students are supportive of each other. Everyone feels accepted and welcomed. Our Indigenous support worker has forged a strong partnership with Wabno Cambrian Center for Indigenous Services. Students can smudge daily and have access to elders at the center. Cambrian College has a strong community support, and this support keeps the school's Value Vault pantry stocked and provides food for students on a regular basis. Our students also enjoy many cultural experiences and teachings that occur on an ongoing basis with the support of our Indigenous support worker and community partners. Staff regularly calls students who have been away. We ask students how they're doing, if they need any support, and we invite them back. Our students need cheerleaders in their lives. With the support of food donations and many staff who like to cook, Berrydown students always have food available for them in the foods room. The Value Vault is fully stocked with food, clothing, personal hygiene items, and miscellaneous items needed for everyday use. Items are generously donated by community partners and Rainbow staff. Here's one of our students who's enrolled in the Navigating Technology Dual Credit at Cambrian College. Dual credit programs are intended to assist secondary school students in completing their OSSD and making a successful transition to college and/or apprenticeship programs. Through dual credit, students have the ability to explore the experience of being a college student. They have the support of our teachers, they're in the same building, and access to the courses is free. Students with exceptionalities are eligible for supports from the Glen Crombie Center. Students are exposed to different career options within their dual credit. Students are motivated to complete their diploma once they see the opportunities that exist in the college and experience success taking a college course. Berrydown College is also very proud to offer a specialist high school major in arts and culture. This is a perfect segue to introduce our student who is featured in this photo and recently graduated with a SHSM seal on their diploma. This evening, we celebrate 1,000 graduates. It's been an amazing journey, and we are thrilled to have reached this milestone. Anthony Summers will share their journey at Berrydown College.
Please let me first say how grateful I am for being able to stand here and speak on behalf of Berrydown College. Berrydown College has been nothing less than accepting and welcoming, and from the first moment I stepped into the office, I was at ease. I was nervous, as any person would be entering a new school, but that same day I left with genuine hope that graduation was a part of my future. I knew this place was a place that I could thrive. Math has never been my strong point. I excelled when it came to arts, but if you asked me to do a simple division, I would freeze up on the spot. A lovely teacher of mine, Mrs. Tagg, gave me practical tips for math. She showed me hands-on ways to solve problems, and she also helped me become less afraid of asking questions when I needed help or clarity on the problem that I was working on. She is truly one of the best teachers I've had. Another teacher that has been such a big help to me and has guided me towards success has been Ms. Cormier. I instantly felt safe the moment I stepped into her classroom. With Schism in the art course I took, I felt in my element. Deep in my heart, I truly believe that if I had not come to Barrydown College and met these wonderful, amazing teachers, I don't think I'd be viewing my future in the same light as I do now. I wish I could list everyone here to give every single person that has been so kind and understanding towards me their own piece of thanks and praise, but I'm afraid I'd be all day here in that case. I truly believe that with the help and support of every teacher and student at Barrydown College, I have more confidence in facing the future. I have my grade 12 diploma and I couldn't be happier. I can't wait for the graduation ceremony in June. I feel well prepared, and I will miss every student and every teacher that stood beside me, but I won't forget them. They have lifted me up to the podium where I can stand tall. Without them all, I don't think I'd be where I am now. I'll always be grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony, for sharing your story. There are now 1,000 success stories at Barrydown College, and I would like to share more graduate perspectives with you. Some milestones have not come easily for some of us, and for many of us at Barrydown, graduating is one of those goals that didn't seem like a possibility at first. But do you know what else we have in common? Perseverance. It wasn't easy to get where we are, but each of us has put our head down, worked hard, and seized the opportunity presented to us at Barrydown College. Whatever we end up doing, I want all of us to remember that we had the strength, skill, and support to graduate. And if there's one thing that we have learned, it's that we can do whatever we put our minds to. Remember to take the time for yourselves and give yourselves the time you need to succeed. I would like to say that I learned a lot academically, but I also learned so much more than that. Ms. Tushingham didn't just teach me math, but she taught me self-acceptance. Ms. Lachance may have taught me English, but she also taught me kindness and compassion. Ms. Binks taught me biology, but she also taught me confidence. Ms. Gove did teach me chemistry, but she also taught me that it's okay to be wrong and that I am still perfect despite my mistakes. When I started my foods class, I felt like I belonged. I started socializing more with my peers, and the teachers were nice. Second semester is when things started to get even better. I had friends, and I was in a class of the teacher who would make me want to do more than just school. I knew her a little bit when I was in the foods class. I just thought she was a cool science teacher who would occasionally help me with my other work. Little did I know she was also the co-op teacher. She changed my life and got me an opportunity to work with food and gave me the possibility to try new things. School at Barrydown is flexible, and this has allowed for me to be successful. Also, the teacher and the principal are extremely friendly and helpful. They're also very understanding of people's situations. Going to Barrydown College is the reason I'm graduating today, and I'm so happy and thankful for it. And we are so thankful for our students. We have 1,000 reasons to celebrate this evening, and we look forward to greeting 1,000 more students in the years to come. Of course, this opportunity would not be possible without our partner in education, Cambrian College, who has welcomed us on their campus since 2011. Joining us this evening is Renee Scott, Director of Marketing, Recruitment, and Student Success. And we would like to invite Renee to come up and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to be here today on behalf of Cambrian College to celebrate the incredible success of Barrydown College students and graduates. We are so proud of the partnership we share with the Rainbow District School Board. Berrydown College is a shining example of what can happen when we build strong bridges between secondary and post-secondary education, when we work together to meet students where they are and walk alongside them as they chart a new path forward. And what a journey it's been. Over 1,000 students have graduated from Berrydown College right on Cambrian campus. More than 1,200 students currently have enrolled in a dual credit program with an outstanding 81% success rate. It's good in any terms. These are more than just numbers, though. They are lives changed, futures redirected, and communities strengthened. Let me tell you about a few of these lives. I'm going to keep it to initials to keep confidentiality. PR came to Berrydown College from a homeschooling family. He was the first in his family to attend. He graduated in 2021. He took 3 dual credit courses, including commercial vehicle and heavy-duty equipment technician level 1. His co-op turned into a full-time apprenticeship, and just last month, he passed his truck and coach 310T license, and he is now a fully licensed technician at Rush Trucks, newly married and giving back by volunteering with current dual credit students. JC, originally from Yellowknife, made her way to Berrydown College after moving here to live with her father. She graduated just a few months ago in January 2025. JC completed 4 dual credit courses and is now set to begin the Child and Youth Care program at Cambrian this fall. In the meantime, she's back in Yellowknife, working as a supply teacher, already making an impact. CM, a 2014 graduate who took 2 dual credit courses, has gone on to work with Squagamacquay. I apologize, my Australian accent gets in the way. Health Center, teaching cultural classes. She's also a proud mum and returns to Berrydown to offer beading workshops to students, giving back to the community that has supported her. These are just 3 examples of the many students who have come through Berrydown's doors. They've worked hard and didn't give up, but they found support, they found opportunity, and they found themselves. Berrydown is more than a school. It is a circle of care for student success. The partnership between Cambrian College and the Rainbow District School Board enables students to move forward towards a future of possibility. At Cambrian, we are so proud to be a part of this journey. We are honored to support these students, to share our classrooms and our hallways with them, and to witness firsthand their perseverance and growth. To all of the educators, mentors, and staff who make this partnership possible, thank you. And to the students and graduates of Berrydown College, congratulations. Your stories inspire us all. Thanks.
Thank you, Renee. Chair Farrow, trustees, we're happy to answer any questions that you may have for us.
Well, thank you very much for the presentation. Just wow, oh wow. I think that we are all 100% blown away with the work that's happening at Berrydown College. Before we open it up to questions, because I know that there will be comments and questions from trustees, I just wanted to say a huge thank you and appreciation to Renee and the folks at Cambrian College. This is a huge, huge partnership that they have with the Rainbow District School Board, and we, as a group of trustees and the board, really do appreciate and value that partnership. And it's a proud day for us to say we've had 1,000 graduates. It's also a proud day for Cambrian College, and it's also a proud day for cooperative partnerships. So thank you very much for that, and we are hugely grateful to the folks at Cambrian College. Also wanted to just say to Anthony, wow. So I take it you have a few people with you today. Is that like mom and grandma and stuff like that? Yeah. Yeah. We could really sense their pride in the work that you've accomplished, and you should be extremely, extremely proud of yourself. So thank you for presenting to us. You are fantastic, and good luck in the future, for sure. Now, I think before we entertain questions, we do want to stand up and give a great rounding sense of applause for the 1,000 graduates that came out of Barrytown College. So here we go. Great job. So once again, we'll open up for questions from trustees. Trustee Hunda.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. You probably noticed I'm holding back a few tears here. I'm old. I've been around a really long time. But I'm going to tell you, when it's my time to step back, this will be one of the things that I will hold most dear and be proud that I was a part of. I am absolutely in love with this program. And one of those 1,000 students belongs to me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking around and I'm seeing faces. And I'm going to grow up right now and put my good big girl panties on. But you have all were so instrumental. And I had the pleasure, as have you, to walk around the program and see the things that have gone on. And over the years, I've watched so many of what I call my special kids. Kids that were at risk, kids that I knew their families, kids that I helped, that they were able to meet their goals going through this program. And I want to thank Cambrian. This partnership is phenomenal. And it creates an opportunity to for some of our kids that struggle and don't necessarily see a future, but when they get at home within the college and with the wonderful staff that we have, and they feel welcomed and cared about, and they get comfortable in the environment, that they are willing to take that step and go further than they ever thought they would have. I just want to thank all of you for what you do. Your speech was wonderful. It brought me to tears, and I saw your family in tears, and I get that. I was very privileged to be able to present my grandson with his diploma from there. So I'm going to tell you, it's a proud moment for me too.
Thank you, Trustee Hunda. Trustee McCall is next, I believe.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair Farrell. Lori, kudos to what you do out there. And I know that I've been to Barrytown College a few times, not often enough. And that's a lot of it my fault and a lot of it Chair Farrell's fault, because he keeps me so busy doing other things. But I admire what you do. I always have. And in fact, last year I got conflicted over our graduation dates, and this year it happened again. But I made it a point that I will be at Barrytown College, because I see the results of what you and your staff and these students do, and the drive and the heart that they have. And it just makes me so proud. It's one of the things that drew me into the position that I'm in now, and I enjoy it very much. But oftentimes, Lori, you're out in the front of it. You are the tip of the arrow, and I don't think it's lost on me or anybody else that unless we have that kind of leadership there, and the leadership of Superintendent McNamara and others that believe in it, and Cambrian College, and the fact that they believe in it. And it's so important, and I wish you all the best. And I will definitely see you at graduation, or maybe even before. But before I let you go, I have to tell you about my first visit, because Cambrian College, and I was on the Board of Governors at Cambrian College, but it always frightens me because I never know my way around. So I went there with the director, and I think he speeded off ahead of me, and I'm in all these doors and whatever, and we finally get there, and I think I finally found Lori, because you got to go down the stairs into her office, and somebody offered me some food because I think they thought I was starving. I was probably lost that long. But it's always been a great experience down and around there. I love you guys and everything you do. I wish you only the best, and carry on the good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee McCauley. Are there any further comments or questions from trustees. Trustee Clement.
Just one. Congratulations. Laurie, I think it was a long time ago, I was introduced to Beardown College by the late, great Dina Morrison. She said, "You want to come and see something?" I said, "Yeah." We'll get introduced, and we went there, and two students were to speak that day. And the two most articulate people I've ever heard, I looked at Dina and goes, I thought they would bring me to Beardown College. So this is Beardown College. They were so enthusiastic about being there. It changed their lives. And they talk about being more of an adult situation, and they were in that. And it really got me. I went to one of their graduations a long time ago. And it was a kid that I helped the parents. I'm not going to give that story. I'm going to be a mess too. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Clement. Anything for Trustee Corbier-Addison, followed by Trustee Cosmerly?
Yes, I just want to express my congratulations to the entire staff. I know it takes special teachers to make those schools run, and the continued support for so many students. It is a wonder to see. I really appreciate the continued intake into those programs, and look forward to hearing about future success with those kids, especially the dual credit that just gives them the step up into the college as well. Thank you, Miigwech.
Thank you.
Trustee Cosmerly.
I too want to thank the staff, the students at Beardown College for creating such an incredibly special place. In this world of anonymity where it's very difficult to get support, the one thing that has made Beardown College extra special that I've seen is the caring, the kindness. Those are features of our board, but they're especially features of Beardown College. The staff and the students, and thank you to all of you for all that you do. I had the privilege of attending the graduation last year. It is an incredible experience, and the stories and the perseverance and the obstacles that are overcome make you appreciate even more the program that's there. So thank you so much. And one final thing, I think I've mentioned this to you before, there was a cookbook that was put out years ago. I still use it. It's students' recipes. It is phenomenal. So if you ever think of doing something again in the future, you may want to do the cookbook again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got Trustee Nuchitai first, and then Trustee McNamara. Oh no, Trustee Superintendent McNamara. Sorry.
Okay, well, I'll be brief because I think she wants to talk, but I'd like to echo the overall consensus of what my fellow trustees are saying. Congratulations, Anthony. Your story made me tear up like I think everyone else, Bob. And it has been just a pleasure watching. I feel like throughout this presentation, I've seen the years of progression that this college program has been able to blossom and grow into, and that would not have been a possibility without the encouraging environment where creativity just fosters and blooms. And it is so exciting to see there is a program like this in the world today. It is so refreshing to see, and I am beyond. I mean, I don't know these 1,000 graduates, but I feel like I do because of how much of a sense of community that this school has. And I'd like to echo for all of the other Beardown students that come on to the Student Senate. We love hearing their voice as well. We had a student senator last year, and she was just a breath of fresh air from Beardown College. So much student voice and expression to be heard from Beardown College. And once again, congratulations to all the graduates. Congratulations to yourself as well for running such an exceptional school. And yeah, just very proud all across the board.
Thank you, Trustee Nuchitai. And Superintendent McNamara. I got it right that time.
So I'll be brief, but I can't help myself. So, in response to the cookbook, is that cookbook was born by infusing Indigenous culture into the foods class. And so many of our Indigenous students worked with Dana Kinsella, who is a huge part of the dual credit program. And it was Dana with the students. So each student had a recipe for Indigenous foods, and so that cookbook is focused on a lot of those recipes. And we just cooked from that book too, my husband and I, probably about a month ago, and I'm feeling like we have to bring that back, because must be the third time that somebody has told me about the publication of that cookbook from Barrydown College. So maybe that's something that we need to do. Just thought I'd mention that. It's very popular.
Wonderful, thank you. Any further questions or comments? Looking online, I think that we are good. So that wraps us up. Look, thank you so much once again. What a moving story you have at Barrydown College. And I wanted just to say once again, thank you. You know, we sit here and, talk about governance stuff. It's really, really exciting. But to see the work that you do that is making an actual difference for kids in our community is just so heartwarming. So once again, thank you very much for your presentation, Lorianne, and thanks so much for the parents and Anthony and your teacher, Mrs. LaChance, I believe, is here. Thank you for so much all of the work that you've done. We really appreciate it. And once again, another big round of applause for these great people.
Thank you.
Wow, where do we go from here? That was a fantastic presentation. So we will continue with the agenda. We're on Section D now, report from closed meeting of the board. We have had no closed meeting to report on, so we'll move to old business. We have a set of minutes, previous minutes. So I'll need a mover and a seconder that the minutes of the regular board meeting held on Tuesday, March 25th be approved. So that's moved by Trustee Hunda and seconded by Trustee Clement. Any errors or omissions? I know people have had a chance to review them. Seeing none, we'll call the vote. Director of Education, go ahead, sir.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmley.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchtai.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you very much, Director. Previous business number 2, reports and recommendation from board committees. We have a notice of motion from the Strategic Planning Committee on the Trustee Code of Conduct. So I will need a mover that the notice of motion that the changes to policy number GOV-05, Code of Conduct, board members as attached be approved. That's moved by Trustee McCauley. Thank you very much. We'll move on to new business now. New business. I don't need a seconder on a notice of motion. Thank you. Trustee Corbier-Addison points out we don't need a seconder. This notice of motion will be dealt with at our next regular board meeting. Thank you. New business. We have the OPSPA, Ontario Public School Board Association, director or alternative. Now, we need to elect a member this year, and we haven't chatted yet, but Trustee Cosmley, maybe you would like to speak to this, why we're doing it this time again, and maybe just give us a brief review about where we're at.
Certainly. So the Ontario Public School Board changed their policies last year, and to comply with their policies, we've had to change the dates that we elect an OPSPA director and an OPSPA delegate and an alternate to the delegate. We've received notice from OPSPA that we are to let them know by Wednesday, May the 14th, who our voting delegate and alternate will be for the AGM, which is being held June the 12th to 14th. And we have to let them know as well who the board of director member will be representing our board. So that's the background I can provide. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmley. Now, am I to understand correctly that we elect now, but once again in the organizational meeting in November we will elect again, or this is for yearly at this time of year? Okay, thank you. Any questions about what we are doing by any trustees? Seeing none, we are now call for nominations for the position of OPSPA Director. So, Trustee Hunda.
Thank you, Chair. Well, I would like to nominate Trustee Judy Cosmerly.
Thank you very much. Looking for nominations? So I'll ask 3 times. Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Seeing none, we need a motion that the nominations be closed, please. Moved by Trustee Clement and seconded by Trustee Corbier-Addison. So all those in favor? Director Bourget will do the poll vote, please.
Trustee Clement?
In favor?
Trustee Corbier-Addison?
In favor?
Trustee Farrell?
In favor?
Trustee Gibson?
In favor.
Trustee Hunda?
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly?
In favor.
Trustee McCauley?
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchstein?
In favor.
And Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
So nominations are now closed. The next order of business, I need to look to Trustee Cosmerly and ask her if she's willing to serve.
I am, thank you.
Thank you very much. Seeing that there are no other nominations or no other people that have put their name forward, we have a motion that Trustee Judy Cosmerly be declared elected Rainbow District School Board Voting Director to the Ontario Public School Board Association. We'll need a mover for that. That's moved by Trustee McCauley and seconded by Trustee Hunda. And we will go to the poll vote. Director.
Trustee Clement?
Point of order.
Sir, 1 second, please. We have a point of order. Trustee Gibson online, please.
Just suggesting that it should be that Trustee Cosmerly is acclaimed to the position, not elected.
Thank you, Trustee Gibson, because I noticed the same thing, and I appreciate that. So the motion should read that Trustee Judy Cosmerly be declared acclaimed Rainbow District School Board's voting director to the Ontario Public School Board Association. Okay. And once again, we've had a mover and seconder for that agenda. Are you okay with the change?
Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll go to the director with the poll vote. Thank you, Trustee Gibson.
Trustee Clement?
In favor?
Trustee Corbier-Addison?
In favor?
Trustee Farrell?
In favor.
Trustee Gibson?
In favor.
Trustee Hunda?
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly?
In favor.
Trustee McCauley?
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchstein?
In favor.
And Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you very much, Director, and congratulations, Trustee Cosmerly. Would you like to make an acceptance speech?
Sure. Thank you to everyone for your continued support. This is a position I really enjoy. And actually, the position is voting delegate director. I just caught that after we did the vote, because it is 2 separate positions, just so you know. But I do appreciate the continued support of this board, and I will try to do my best to do good by our board with OPSPA. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly, and I think I can express for the rest of the trustees that the value that you bring with your information from OPSPA is really very much appreciated to all of us, so thanks very much for that. So we all have, next point of order, or next point of business is we have to elect the OPSPA alternate. So once again, we will have a call for nominations, please. Judy Cosmerly, please.
I'd like to nominate Trustee Lisa Corbier-Addison.
Thank you. We have Trustee Lisa Corbier-Addison nominated. Any further nominations? I'll ask 3 times, starting now. Any further nominations? Oh, online, Trustee Gibson?
No, sorry, that was from my point of order. I'll put it down. Sorry.
Okay, that was, we call a legacy hand. Thanks, Trustee Gibson. Any further nominations? Any further nominations? So I'll need a mover and seconder that the motions be closed. So moved by Trustee Hunda and seconded by Trustee Cosmerly. And we'll go to the Director for a poll vote. Go ahead, Director.
Trustee Clement?
In favor?
Trustee Corbier-Addison?
In favor?
Trustee Farrell?
In favor.
Trustee Gibson?
In favor.
Trustee Hunda?
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly?
In favor?
Trustee McCauley,
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchetime,
In favor.
and Student Trustee Wilson Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you, Director. So now I have to turn to Trustee Corber-Addison and ask her if she would like to let her name stand for the position of OSPA alternate.
I would be honored to let my name stand. Trustee Cosmerly has set the bar very high with her
She has.
diligence and her perseverance in documenting OPSPA relations for our board, and I appreciate all her work and look forward to stepping in if I need to.
Thank you. Thank you, Trustee Corber-Addison. So Trustee Corber-Addison has accepted, so we have a motion that Trustee Corber-Addison be declared acclaimed Rainbow District School Board voting alternate to the Ontario Public School Board Association. So that's moved by Trustee McCauley and seconded by Trustee Hunda. So we'll move to the vote. Go ahead, Director.
Trustee Clement,
In favor.
Trustee Corber-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee Farrell,
In favor.
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor?
Trustee Cosmerly,
In favor?
Trustee McCauley,
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchetime,
In favor.
Student Trustee Wilson Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Trustee Corber-Addison. Would you like to make a acceptance speech? Or did you already?
Did already.
Thanks very much. Awesome. I think we're in great hands. Trustee Hunda has a question.
I don't know if it's out of order, but I just thank you, Chair Farrow. Just I would like to thank, personally, I'd like to thank both Trustee Cosmerly and Trustee Corber-Addison for the work that they put into OPSPA for us. I know that Lisa does also represents us well on the First Nations panel, and Judy is a workhorse. She loves this stuff, and we all appreciate what you bring back to us, because some of us are busy with other things and we can't just read all that nitty-gritty, and we really appreciate what you bring back. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Hunda, on your point of order comments. The next order of business is ballots. We don't have, the motion would be to destroy the ballots, but since there was no election, both positions were claimed. We can move on from that. Our next order of new business is the Ontario Public School Board Association Annual General Meeting. And we will entertain a motion of the trustees that will be attending that meeting this year. So I'm looking for folks that will be attending. Trustee Cosmerly. It's June 12th to 14th. Trustee Farrow is already registered. Trustee Corber-Addison. Trustee Clement. Anybody further? I'm looking online. Okay. Thank you. So we have the following motion. I'll need a mover and a seconder that the board approve the attendance of the following trustees. Trustees Cosmerly, Trustee Farrow, Trustee Corber-Addison, and Trustee Clement at the 2025 Annual General Meeting in Niagara-on-the-Lake on June 12th to June 14th, 2025. And that's moved by Trustee Clement and seconded by Trustee Corber-Addison. And we'll go to a poll vote. Director, go ahead.
Trustee Clement,
In favor.
Trustee Corber-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee DeBoski. Oops, sorry. Trustee Farrell,
In favor.
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor?
Trustee Cosmerly,
In favor?
Trustee McCauley,
In favor.
Student Trustee Nuchetime,
In favor.
and Student Trustee Wilson Ziegel.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you, Director. Our next order of new business is the Ontario Student Trustees Association Annual General Meeting. And we'll need a mover and a seconder for the following motion, that the board approves the attendance of Student Trustee Nuchetime and Student Trustee Wilson Ziegel and the two incoming student trustees at the 2025 OSTA-AECO Annual General Meeting, May 22nd to 25th, 2025 in Toronto. So that's moved by Trustee Hunda and seconded by Trustee Cosmerly. And we will call for the vote.
Trustee Clement,
In favor.
Trustee Corber-Addison,
In favor.
Trustee Farrell,
In favor.
Trustee Gibson,
In favor.
Trustee Hunda,
In favor.
Trustee Cosmally?
In favor.
Trustee McCauley?
Favor.
Student Trustee Nucci?
In favor.
Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel?
In favor.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Next order of new business is notice of absence, and Linda DeBoski, Trustee DeBoski, is absent from tonight's meeting, as well as Trustee Dewar. Thank you. Director's remarks. I'll turn the mic over to Director Bourget, please.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. Just a few comments for everyone tonight. First, with regard to board awards, Rainbow District School Board will pay tribute to its dedicated employees and community partners with the presentation of board awards on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. The ceremony will begin at 6:30 in the Sheridan Auditorium at Sudbury Secondary School. Our retirement dinner will take place on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025 at the Crusoe Club, and we certainly look forward to celebrating our excellent and awesome retirees. Budget-wise, just to let you know, we have not yet received budget information from the Ministry of Education. Upon receipt in the weeks ahead, we will unpack the information and continue with our planning for the 25-26 school year. Of course, more information will come to you in future meetings. With regard to administrative transfers and appointments, at an upcoming meeting before the end of the school year, I will provide details on administrative transfers and appointments for the 2025-26 school year. As you know, staffing has started for this school year, upcoming school year in both elementary and secondary levels. Our secondary principals are actually timetabling and creating schedules for students at this time this week for the following school year, and this is all in preparation for the fall. Just wanted to share a little comment around all the board-wide events that are happening. There's so many culminating type of activities. I certainly want to thank our administrators, our teachers, our support staff, and community partners for providing these amazing opportunities for students. And with that, I'll close my comments. Chair Farrell.
Thank you, Director. Any questions for the Director on his comments? Seeing none, moving to other items. Office of Director, I'll turn the mic over to Trustee Cosmerly.
Thank you. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone for their continued support. In terms of news, the next OPSPA Board of Directors meeting is coming up on May 2nd and 3rd. I will be attending this meeting virtually. And as you know, the OPSPA annual meeting will be held in Niagara-on-the-Lake on June 12th to 14th. Elections will be held at that time for the positions of regional chair and vice chair, and for regional reps and alternates for the education and policy working groups. Interested trustees are invited to apply for these positions online by 4:30 p.m. on May 14th, or may submit their names from the floor at the meeting. Visit the OPSPA website for more information. Take Your MPP to School is coming up the week of May 20th to 24th. This event showcases our amazing students in schools and raises awareness of the role of trustees with our local members of provincial parliament. Our board has proudly hosted our Sudbury and Nickel Belt MPPs in the past 2 years. Planning for this year's event will begin shortly. Finally, nominations are open for the Healthy Democracy Student Leadership Award. This $1,000 scholarship is made available through a partnership between the Association of Municipalities of Ontario and OPSPA, and will be awarded to one graduating English public school student in each of OPSPA's 5 regions, including our northern region. The application deadline is June 6th, and award recipients will be contacted by OPSPA in early July. All school boards were sent information about this scholarship earlier this year. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Any questions? Seeing none, we'll move to our next item on our agenda is Student Trustees report, and we're going online to Trustee Wilson-Ziegel.
All right. Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My internet is a little bit spotty right now, but I'll do my best. So, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share this month's student trustee report. As always, I'm proud to highlight the amazing work being done by students across our board. So over the past week, there has been a rise in students all over the country participating in the University of South Carolina's Ice Bucket Challenge. This challenge, inspired by the original ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, where people would record themselves getting ice water poured on them, is now being used to promote mental health. You may be wondering why I'm bringing this up. Over the past week, countless Rainbow District School Board students have been partaking in this challenge, myself and many student senators included. The overwhelming participation of students is not limited to friend groups, interests, grades, or schools, and it has truly defied any cliques you could potentially associate with it. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate, but also highlight the need that there still is for mental health resources. I want to thank the hard work of our board, social workers, teachers, and mental health focused extracurriculars like Headstrong in supporting our students through their good days and their bad days. At several Senate meetings, student senators have highlighted the events put on by Headstrong. In fact, I am even wearing a bracelet made at one of their events right now. I think that this promotion of well-being has been instrumental in the participation of Rainbow District School Board students in this challenge. However, I think we can also use it as a listening opportunity. Students are advocating for this because they see a need. Several amazing steps have been taken in helping students learn about their mental health, but I believe that we can push this further. Ensuring that all schools can be adequately staffed with social workers and having the resources to start Headstrong groups in all schools could be another great step forward. This display of solidarity from our students is definitely something we should all be proud of. As you know, at the end of the Student Senate term is quickly approaching, and so is my term as student trustee. I'd like to take a second to introduce my incoming student trustee. At our meeting in March, we elected Isabella Gwinnett as the 2025-2026 Rainbow District School Board student trustee. Isabella has been an eager and active member of the Student Senate for the past term. Her participation is truly outstanding, and I have no doubt that she will be an asset to this board. As a student at LaSalle Secondary School, she is involved in flag football and basketball. Additionally, she takes part in theater productions and is instrumental in her school's band. Pun very much intended. I'm looking forward to seeing the things that she will accomplish in her new role. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you.
Thank you, Student Trustee Wilson-Ziegel. And Student Trustee Nujatai now, please.
Sorry, I just broke my mic. Awesome. Okay, well, good afternoon, trustees. I hope you all are doing extremely well this beautiful spring evening. So, conference planning is in full steam ahead with our conference taking place this Thursday at Collège Boreal. We have our agenda set and our excitement high to put on this staple conference at our board. At the end of the conference, we will be pushing students to stand up and speak out and encourage them to use their own authentic voices to join the Student Senate. During the conference, we'll be hosting a social media challenge for all attendees to participate in. This initiative will give the students an opportunity to connect with the Student Senate via social media and foster open communication at the conference. The winner will get a t-shirt that was designed by one of our senators at this year's conference logo and theme. Once again, it is extremely encouraged that all trustees and members of the board stop in or participate at the conference. Programming begins at 9:30 sharp, and parking passes and a parking lot map have been shared with you all this afternoon. We look forward to hopefully seeing you all there. It is hard to believe now that we are 3 quarters into this year, and recently we have a newly elected Indigenous student trustee. So please help me in welcoming Daenerys Sear. Ani bozo Daenerys Sear Nindishnakas Kwade Nandabo Nino Dijam Dinodam Nishnabé First Nation Nodojaba Nishnabé Kwe Nindao. My name is Daenerys Sear, and I am from Nindishnaba's First Nation, and I'm currently in grade 10. I serve as the Indigenous Student Trustee the Indigenous Student Senator, for Sudbury Secondary School and next year's Manitoulin Secondary School, and I'm also next year's Indigenous Student Trustee. She is a proud member of the Anishinaabe Education System Youth Council, and she is representing 23 First Nations across Ontario. She previously sat on the Kanash-Ndojiben Youth Advisory Council as a Kwe representative. Kwe means woman. Where she shared her cultural knowledge and language and support. At Sudbury Secondary, she helped start the Indigenous Advocacy Committee, leading initiatives like ribbon skirt and shirt making, cultural singing and dance performances, informational announcements about trees and the Ojibwe language, and fundraising about all of their activities. They also run a small business creating ribbon skirts, shirts, vests, and much more. She stays connected through her culture ceremonies like sweats, rain dance, full moon, and other things like powwows and round dance. She takes great pride in representing Indigenous youth and uplifting voices throughout the board. I have no doubt that Daenerys will be another exceptional Indigenous student trustee, blazing forward and the path for all Indigenous students across the Rainbow District School Board. Thank you, and have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, student trustees. Any questions for the student trustees this evening? Seeing none, thanks once again, and we'll move on to trustees' remarks and questions. First on the agenda is Trustee McCauley.
Thank you very much, Chair Farrell. I want to make a real big shout out at this time to Superintendent Mantle. She heads up the PIC committee, and the PIC committee has had 2 sessions dealing with mental health and mental health disorders. The last one was the mental health part 2, where she took part along with our mental health professional. I'm having a 70s moments here, Sarah Clark, and it was really inspirational to listen to it, and then they broke up into workshops, and that's when I went home. But in any event, the work that is being done there to bring out these matters such as anxiety disorders and talk about the Let Children Thrive programs, it's unbelievable the work that's done. And the work can only be done under the leadership of people like Leslie Mantle and the people that work around her, because dealing with parents, and sometimes that can be pretty difficult to do, to keep them all together. Sometimes it's almost like herding cats, but they seem to be doing a very good job of it, and I just wanted to acknowledge the work that is being done.
Thank you, Trustee McCauley. Any further trustees' remarks or questions? Well, we are a quiet bunch tonight. Seeing none, we'll move on to my remarks for this evening. So, good evening, everybody, and I hope that everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend with loved ones. I'd like to begin my remarks tonight with a friendly reminder that registrations are ongoing in elementary and secondary schools. To register, please contact your area Rainbow School. If you've already registered, thank you very much, and we look forward to welcoming your child into Rainbow Schools this fall. 6 young scientists from the Rainbow District School Board who impressed the judges at the Sudbury Regional Science Fair will represent our community at the Canada-wide Science Fair in Fredericton, New Brunswick next month. A huge congratulations goes to all participants for their hard work in developing their projects. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I extend my well wishes as students compete against the best young scientists across this great country. In schools, honor our planet for Earth Day today. This year, our theme is Our Planet, Our Power, aims to foster a widespread awareness and commitment towards harnessing renewable energy to build a healthy, sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for all. In the Rainbow District School Board's Student Senate will host a stand-up speak-out conference that both Tia and Alexandra had already spoken about. This Thursday, April 24th, students from each secondary school will participate in a full day of events. The Au Pied de Ruche restaurant at Collège Boreal. I didn't do too bad at that. The goal of the conference is to give students an opportunity to network, build leadership skills, and foster effective communications. Breakout sessions with collaborative activities will highlight various types of intelligence. As well as the Rainbow School Board, the Rainbow District School Board will host Destination Readiness, Pathways for Students with Special Needs, this Thursday, April 24th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the local 6500 Hospitality Conference and Education Center, formerly the United Steelworkers Hall. This free event aims to help students with needs and exceptionalities plan for the future. And get ready to be inspired during Sudbury Secondary's Art Beat. This event takes place this Friday, April 25th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Art Beat is a celebration of visual and performing arts that offers live music, stunning art displays, and captivating performances that showcase creativity in all forms. Admission is complimentary. Guests can contribute a donation at the door if they wish. In keeping with the arts, local performers will join music students and teachers from Rainbow Schools for the Joan Mantle Music Trust Community Concert and Silent Auction this Saturday, April 26th. And I'm looking forward to attending that this Saturday. The concert will begin at 7 p.m. in the Sudbury Secondary School Sheridan Auditorium. Tickets are $25 for adults and $10 for students. All proceeds will support music education in Rainbow Schools. And Ralph McIntosh, who we all know so well, will receive the Joan Mantle Music Trust Community Award at that event. So throughout the month of May, Rainbow Elementary Schools will offer kindergarten orientation for students starting school this fall. Families will have the opportunity to connect with kindergarten teachers, early childhood educators, and school personnel. They will also meet other children starting school. A list of dates and times are available on the website. Education Week will take place from May 5th to 9th. Schools are planning a variety of activities for students. Each year, Education Week also coincides with Music Monday, which takes place on Monday, May 5th. And Rainbow District School Boards will host the second annual Eco Summit at Laurentian University on Thursday, May 8th. This year's theme is Water is Life. Eco leaders from grades 7 to 12 in Rainbow Schools will attend the Green Symposium to learn about environmental responsibility and how they can lead green initiatives in their respective schools and communities. This year's virtual keynote address will feature professional explorer and national best-selling author Adam Skoth, and I'm hoping to attend that event also on the 8th of May. Rainbow District School Board will present Embrace Diversity, Free to Be Me, a symposium with workshops for students from grade 9 to 12 on May 9th at Lockerbie Composite School. The educational conference is part of the ongoing work of the Equity and Inclusion Education Committee, which includes community partners. And the next Parent Involvement Committee meeting is set for Thursday, May 13th at 7 p.m. Committee members will plan topics for the 2025 and 2026 school year. And this week marks National Volunteer Week. I extend a heartfelt thank you to the parents and guardians and community members who contribute so many hours to Rainbow Schools in so many important ways. We are truly grateful to each and every one of them. And also a friendly reminder for trustees to let the director's office know which graduations you will be attending. We look forward to joining our school communities in celebrating student success. And that concludes my remarks for this evening. Thank you very much. So that brings us to last couple of sections of our agenda. Section G, information and proposals. Attached to your package tonight is the report from the Special Education Advisory Committee minutes, February 5th, 2025. Also are included 3 tenders and requests for proposals, one for Assiniboine Public School, and 2 others for Llewellyn Park Secondary School. And also in your package are a couple of important pieces of documentation. The board and strategic meeting schedule for 2025 and 2026, and that is in draft form as right now. As also included in that package is a letter that I had written to the Minister of Education, Paul Calandra, on April 17th, 2025, extending our warm wishes and welcome as his appointment to new Minister of Education. So that brings us to Section F, future meetings. We have Student Senate meeting on May 5th. Next strategic planning meeting is May 6th at 5 o'clock here. The Special Education Advisory Committee, May 7th at 12 p.m. The PIC meeting, which we just talked about, May 13th at 7 p.m. And our First Nations Advisory Committee will be May 15th at 10 a.m. And the Equity and Inclusion Education meeting will be May 15th at 3:30 p.m. And our next board meeting is May 20th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Is that here? Or is that our awards meeting? That may be at Sudbury Secondary. Maybe I just have to check. That may be our awards night. And last but not least, Environmental Education Committee is May 21st at 3:30. So if there's nothing further, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Trustee Hunda and seconded by Trustee Corbeil-Essien, that we do adjourn now at 6:19 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for those at home that are watching. Have a good evening.